whether it's a sensory impairment, whether it's a physical disability, whether it's an invisible disability. We want to make sure that everybody has the ability to lead as productive and successful a life as possible.
Almost 30 years ago, a couple grad students and I, we created Hurl with the goal of using technology to improve the lives for veterans and for people with disabilities in general.
Were you a veteran yourself?
Yes, I'm a veteran of the United States Army. I was injured while serving in the service. Early on, I was very involved in wheelchair sports and creating wheelchair racing. I still race just for fun. At the same time, started developing sort of better everyday wheelchairs.
We started by interviewing users, people with disabilities, what kind of needs they needed. One of them was the safety and mobility in terrains. And the idea of MeBot is that the chair automatically levels the seat so it feels safer in these terrains.
So does that do that with like a sensor, or is it just like the arm?
It's a combination of both. It has the arms, but it also has sensors. It's called an IMU. That's a gyroscope or accelerometers to detect the orientation of the terrain. All these parts they were customized, so as electronics.
So it's all done in-house?
Yeah, everything was built in-house.
A lot of what you see in the electronics lab is made to create printed circuit boards from scratch. We do the designs on the computer, so we do all of the electronic CAD, and then we bring to life the circuit boards using the protolaser and the LPKF plotter over there. They allow us to make up to 4-layer boards, and then we can put microcontrollers on them, program them up as we need to collect data. I've also done a lot of circuit boards to help out with building some of our robotics devices upstairs.
So what's your favorite feature of the chair?
Oh, by far the self-leveling thing. I just don't have to think about it as much. As I go across through here, you can already see that the chair is kind of leveling itself off, and I don't feel like I'm tipping over.
Advanced application is the ability to move the wheels back and forth.
It can be quite challenging to turn in these kind of tight and narrow spaces, and this is why mid-wheel drives exist. Whether you're in front, mid or rear wheel drive, you have the autonomy there to sort of help yourself get out of a tricky situation.
One of our main tests for whether we should take on a project is the impact. Is there a significant gap that we can fill? The other one is sort of the area and the impact curve. What I mean by that is, are there a lot of people that we might be able to impact sort of a modest amount? Or are there maybe fewer people, but we're gonna have a great deal of impact on them? We really do want our veterans and people with disabilities to be on our team.
We actually serve as the point of testing for anything that is fielded through the VA. And that's what Hurl started out as, a VA testing facility for mobility equipment. We've grown into something that's much more than that. We embrace deep brain-computer interfaces. We've been working with magnetic stimulation. We work with vibration, all sorts of things to really push the science of accessibility and mobility ahead in the world.
We're very good at taking ideas or concepts and turning them into devices and eventually into products.
What we have here is called the powered personal transfer system.
Oh.
So it's basically a robotic transfer system, and it provides a no-lift solution. So if you know caregivers are susceptible to injury.
Yeah, both my parents are nurses, actually at the VA. We've seen some back injuries.
So it makes it safer for the caregiver and also for the care recipient. This bed is equipped with a conveyor system. Once he's fully into the bed, infrared sensors detect that his feet have crossed.
Nurse practitioners reached out a while ago asking for a simulation to get their students to learn the process of open heart surgery. So right here, this is the sternum project. Here are the sternum, the actual bone. It's held together by 2 metal brackets, which are held together by elastic bands, so I can just open it up. Now it's open, now they're ready to hold it open, get actually get inside and do all the heart surgery. Now we just screw this open, and as it pulls back the sternum and the skin, we look inside, and here we have the heart. And now after that, they can do whatever they do with the heart, whatever surgery or whatever. Whatever surgery they're stimulating.
This is a Canova Cortex Gen 3 robotic arm. With this particular joystick, we're only using 2 axes. So we've created an interface here where we actually give feedback on which joystick mode you're in. And then in order to access the other joints and modes of the arm, you actually have to press the buttons on the top. So you're in translation XY, which is moving forward, back, and left, right. So you can try doing that.
Forward.
We use what's called a participatory design and engineering approach, which we kind of pioneered here. So that's basically, using like surveys, focus groups, interviews, techniques to identify the challenges that people are facing. We're very tied into the end user population because of that. We're not really pigeonholed into one area,
right.
because we're very solutions oriented.
Yeah, you guys are really hitting every part of life in a sense, trying to create a holistic quality of life.
Yeah, well, you got to be able to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah,
you got to get through your morning routine. You got to be able to get to work or school, or just to be able to participate in the activities of daily living.
We're doing some smart home technology with utilizing a kitchen space for things. So different users that have maybe some cognitive impairments. We've incorporated Alexa so we can have different commands in the kitchen. And the cabinets will light up and prompt the user to focus their attention there.
This is the hook mouse. It's a mouse meant for prosthetic hook users. What it does is it allows somebody with a prosthetic hook to operate a computer pretty normally. So we actually created this out of a standardized mouse. We just take the electronics out of it and then put in, into our own casing here. We get requests all the time for people that just want them. I guess they've heard about them through the VA, and so we have a couple of gigantic boxes of them laying around here.
I served in the U.S. Army as a 25 Sierra satellite communication systems operator maintainer from 2001 until 2009. When I was deployed in Baghdad in 2007 through 2008, I was wounded by an indirect fire attack, and I sustained a traumatic brain injury. I developed PTSD and post-concussion disorder, and I was medically discharged from the Army in 2009. I would not be the person I am today without this place. So, the new chair was originally designed just to figure out different ways to power chairs, but then we were contacted by a private group that wanted to see if we had any way of making a power chair, a power wheelchair that could get wet, that could go through water without shorting out, without putting the user in any sort of danger. We said, hey, you know what? We definitely got something for you. And you can see how just moving the control stick around operates these little tiny switches. And each time one of those switches is operated, it tells the pneumatic lines to take some air pressure and put it to the wheels. And we ended up making a fleet of these for a place called Morgan's Inspiration Island in San Antonio, Texas. Now kids who have mobility impairments, who may have never been able to play in the sprinkler with their friends, now they can go to Morgan's Inspiration Island and maybe play in the water for the first time in their lives. And what we found was that people really enjoyed using these. You want to take it for a ride?
I would love to.
By all means, have a seat. A first-time user can sit down on this and operate it efficiently and effectively.
Okay. There it goes. Okay.
VelocityWorks is a full-service custom software development company and IT staffing agency. Whether you're in need of highly qualified IT professionals to fill your open roles and positions, or you just want to get your product to the market first, VelocityWorks is here to get you there faster.